everybody, welcome back. And for you guys just joining this channel, welcome. So for today's little project, I have the foam all removed, cleaned it all up, got the boat looking somewhat decent right now. But the plan is today is to cut the back part of the stringers out, and then also cut apart the fiberglass against the back of the transom, just so I can get a good look at the transom. If I'm going to have to be replacing it, I'm thinking I am, because the thickness is enough right now for the off-road bracket, but I don't want to be mounting anything that's rotten potentially. So let's cut the stringers out, look at the transom, look around a little bit, and I might drill a couple holes, and then later down the road I can always fill them, but I just want to drill some holes, see if there's moisture inside the wood. If there is, I'll be replacing the transom. So let's get to that, and then we will address the situation from there. So I just want to walk through with you guys what I'm planning on doing. So I'm going to be cutting about 2 feet up on the stringers, removing these engine mounts. This is where the inboard was originally. So I might just go up to the front of where the blocks are, cut across for each stringer, and remove it all, and then start cutting into the fiberglass of the transom. My idea for doing this is because once you remove the transom, if the transom's rotten, or if you remove all your stringers, since the boat's pretty much all torn apart right now, you're not going to really have that structure to really keep the form of the boat. So I'm going to do this for now. I'm going to inspect the transom, see if it's indeed rotten. If it is, do the transom. Once the transom's done, then probably start to do the stringers, because what I was wanting to do, I'd have to do some more research. I don't see a problem in it, but I was kind of wanting to do kind of one stringer at a time, just to keep the shape of the boat, because once you remove all the stringers, it's pretty much just an open hole. It's sitting on the trailer, it keeps the form kind of, but you never know what can flex, and I don't want to have any issues down the road, because I just don't want to have any concerns. So I think I'm going to do the transom, if it's indeed rotten, and then probably replace maybe every other stringer. So let's say the very far stringer on the port side, and then the closest one I'm sitting on right now, replace that one, just so it's kind of staggered, because you remove it all, you're kind of asking for a little bit of flex. But the cabin is indeed on, but it's not really structural. So I just want to make sure that it's going to stay in place. I'm not going to have any issues down the road, because I'm going to be doing is taking measurements off the old stringers once I cut them out, tracing them out to Crucible board, and replacing the exact same, because this boat floor is going to be the exact same as it was originally. I might put a couple spots in the back for where I could store things, because all the stringers were completely full of foam. But I've been kind of doing some research on requirements if there's foam that needed. I've read a couple things about 20 feet and below need to have foam, but I haven't really read anything about anything above 20 feet. But I have to do some more research on that, so don't quote me on that. So let's remove a couple of the stringers and these engine mounts, and then we'll go from there. All right, so what I'm gonna do is measure these stringers for the section that I plan on removing, just to get, so I know the measurements, so I'm not having to guess the height. But I'm probably going to use a couple systems to make sure this deck's completely flat and level for the boat. So I'm just going to measure these just to make sure that I have these for record. So for in front of the engine mounts, to the bottom of the hole, to where the stringer hits the hole, it's 11 inches. And then if you go over here, that is 8 1/4. So 8 1/4 there, and solid 11 here. Let's move to the back and measure that, see if that's changed at all. So that's 11 there too. You can see, yeah, so that's 11 there. I do get that this is where the saw cut is, but I can also see where the plywood and the original stringers came together. So that's what I'm going off of, because that's when I made my cut. I pretty much went between the two, so it was easier to cut. So this is pretty darn close. If it's off like a 1/4 inch, I'm pretty much guessing that it's going to be to the even number. So if it's, say, 10 3/4 and it differs to up to 11, I'm going to go with 11, because 11 is probably what they went with. They probably want to go with some random numbers consistently. So, but from right here, I can see that the plywood flooring, or the deck, or whatever you want to call it, the deck and the fiberglass and the stringers, where they all came together, it was exactly 11 inches on the starboard side. So I got the starboard side stringer out. As you can see, there's definitely some rot Well, if you look down here, there's a puddle of water down there. So if you go, so there's definitely been water sitting here for a long time, because when I was cutting, you could see the water spewing out on both sides here. So I was cutting right here, it was just running down through here. So got the stringers on the starboard side taken out for like the 2.5, 3 feet. So I'm just gonna leave it that way and probably do the same for the other side. Probably do the other side on another video. I'm running out of time tonight, so I'm going to start removing some of the fiberglass on the back of the transom just so I can inspect it, give you guys a look to see what the kind of like what the transom looks like underneath the glass. I'm thinking that there is a couple soft spots, so I'm going to have to redo the transom. Even though the transom wouldn't be rotten, I would still probably replace it with a Coosa board. So I'm just going to tear some of the fiberglass off and then look at the transom. Once I figure that out, probably to take some measurements, and then I'm probably going to order some Coosa board, get that coming so I can get ready for that. Because once I take the transom out, then I'm gonna have to go back, replace it, and then I can start working on the stringers. So I was cutting along, didn't press the record button, I guess, but I was cutting along and I was doing the top part of my cut, and my blade went through the fiberglass and there was nothing on the back side. So I was like, huh, that's weird. Maybe the blades is cut through the wood really good. Well, I stopped the oscillating tool and I put it through the fiberglass, and I can push through with no resistance. So that's pretty much telling me that the transom is indeed very rotten. So I'm going to continue to cut, and then I will take out the fiberglass, and we'll see how bad it is. So. So, you guys tell me. Yeah, transom rotten. It's kind of expected. Everything else is rotten in this boat. I don't think I've done a step that isn't rotten, so. It's not a major deal that the transom's rotten, but it'd be nice if maybe this boat kind of gave me a break once in a while, but I'm getting down to bare bones, so it can't really get any worse. So this boat, after you do all these repairs and replace it with good material like Coosa board that doesn't hold moisture, it's gonna be pretty much a brand new boat, because you're not gonna have any wood. There's nothing that could get rotten. The only thing that could potentially get rotten is the cabin. The cabin is in really good shape except for what was outside, but that's going to be replaced, and everything else looks great shape for the cabin. So you replace the transom with Coosa board, stringers, the cabin doors, the floor, everything's going to be replaced with non-absorbent material like Coosa board or like Blue Water 26. But once you do that, you're going to get past the point of not having to worry about rot anymore. So sorry if you guys can't hear me, it's pouring here, so good old Washington. So I'm definitely going to have to go order some material. I'm probably going to do 3 1-inch 4x8 sheets of Coosa board. It's gonna hurt paying it, but it's gonna hurt even worse if I have to tear this thing apart because something gets rotten. So do it right first time, don't have to worry about it, and my boys won't have to worry about it when I give it to them. So I'm probably gonna end the video here, but I'm gonna give you guys a quick little walkthrough on just showing you guys the transom. I just measured the transom, and it's 2 1/4 inches. I thought it was like 2 5/8, 2 3/4, but it was just built up more where I took measurements earlier. So I'm probably gonna pause the video for a second. It's pouring, so. After the monsoon that just came through, I just want to give you guys a quick little update of what my plan is for coming up videos and ideas. So the idea is take the transom out once I get the stringers cut away from the transom so I can work on it. Take the transom rotten wood out and start setting it up for 3 layers of 1-inch Coosa board for the transom. So that'll build me up about 3 inches. For what I've read, that should be good enough with layers of matting in between, and then probably quite a few layers of 1708, 24-ounce matting, something along those lines, probably some Blue Water 26. It's gonna really hurt the cost, the budget, my wallet, but I don't want to have to worry about it, so that's my biggest thing. So I'm gonna end the video here, but if you guys have questions, leave them down below, please. I reply back to every single one of your guys' comments, and I also made a little post I think about a week ago asking what you guys wanted to see more of, if you guys had questions on the build, what my plan was. One guy was asking about financial cost, labor hours. Is it feasible for a standard person that could be bringing to a shop? As of right now, If your boat's in the same shape as mine is, definitely not. Don't do it, because you're going to be paying someone to build you a boat back to the way it was, and probably after their labor hours and labor cost, you're going to be way over a brand new boat. So, but my labor's free because I'm doing it myself. The only thing that's going to cost me is the materials and some of the tools, but I have majority of the tools, so that's not a big deal. But you guys are really helping me out, being able to save up for like Crusoe board, that type of stuff. Each one of your guys' comments, views, likes, subscribes, that helps me out. So keep it up, guys. I really love your guys' support, and you guys are supporting me, supporting my family, and supporting this channel. So keep it up. You guys just leave a comment down below what you guys would like to see next time, and I'll probably give you guys an update probably within a week on financial costs, labor hours, and all that. So see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.